I said it once, but I have to say it again. Warner Brothers out here making us geeks happy. That Wonder Woman trailer, fantastic. Shazam 2 finally announced. The Conjuring 3 Order of the Devil, scary. And now, our first look at Kong versus Godzilla. If you didn't hit the like button by now, I don't know what else I gotta say to you. So currently right now in Brazil, they just had their Comic-Con. It is the biggest Comic-Con for Latin America, and because of this reason, a lot of the studios out there paid a visit to showcase some of their movies, some of their upcoming projects. Marvel already did their panel. They didn't really announce anything new other than show them footage that didn't get released online, but Warner Brothers did play a short clip of their upcoming movies, and it included a snippet of our first look of Godzilla vs. King Kong. I also gotta admit here, Warner Brothers is taking down tweets, so I wouldn't be surprised if this video disappeared. You gotta let me know if you saw this video before Warner Brothers sent King Kong himself after me. Alright, I'm gonna shut up now and show you this damn photo already, because the reason you clicked on this video. Looking at this photo right here, King Kong and Godzilla, their heights, I'm so happy they matched up perfectly, but I really want to know how they're going to explain it in this movie, how Kong got to that damn size, because Godzilla in these movies is unbelievably tall, okay? Especially in that very first one that wasn't all that enjoyable with Aaron Taylor Johnson. The dude felt massive. Now, they've gone so far to explain that King Kong that we saw in his own movie wasn't even full grown, that maybe that was an adolescent version of King Kong. That would be a nice little explanation, but I mean, these are giant monsters. You can add mutations, you can add weird things that make them grow. Still though, this little punch kind of reminds me of Rocky and Apollo in those movies. It's really got me hyped up from this one little grainy image. The only sad part right now about this movie is that it did get delayed. It was originally supposed to be given to us in May of 2020, but because of the reception of the Godzilla movie King of Monsters, and it also didn't meet the financial success they were expecting, so I think now they're going back and tweaking Godzilla vs. King Kong. For me, the issue with these movies will always come down to the human characters will be the weakest part of your movie. I know you have to have them in there so we have someone to relate to, but we're really there for the monsters, and some of us sympathize with Godzilla, and I wonder how they're going to portray King Kong in this movie, because, well, Godzilla so far is kind of the good guy, but King Kong in his own movie was also a bit of a good guy, was a sweetheart. How is that going to work out when they make each other fight? What is the overall goal? Is there going to be a bigger villain involved here that comes out of nowhere where they have to team up? That seems to be the sort of formula that goes down in these versus movies. Prove that it's not just all about these monsters fighting. People want a good story, because we got nothing but pure action in the last Godzilla movie and people just did not show up to the theater. With this first leak look though, it is grainy, it is far away, but just seeing those giants right there, completely hyped. I want to know what's going on. Also looks like they're standing on top of a ship, probably a naval base, and that's where they're fighting. Again, I feel like that downgrades the size of these characters. This might not even be the Godzilla we know to be. This could be Godzilla's child of some sort, because Godzilla is as tall as some of the buildings in New York, and if this is a naval base, he looks pretty small right there. It could be maybe an island that, because of this lighting, just looks far away. But that's definitely water that they're over. I'm surprised that ship is holding those two upright. Also, where are these guys gonna fight? Either on King Kong's land or in another city to destroy? How many times can you say Godzilla is a good guy when he's running around cities? There's gotta be at least a few casualties to your king. Or I'm gonna go into full fan speculation here. If you saw the last movie with Godzilla King of Monsters, there's a sequence that happens underwater where they show that Godzilla was a king, was literally a king to an older civilization, kind of like Egyptian, Mayan times, that sort of thing. We're all assuming that these people are going to do something so that King Kong can match the height of Godzilla. But we're not thinking about what can they do to bring Godzilla down to King Kong's height. This movie might be a prequel to a younger Godzilla, and this is an event that they had maybe when Godzilla wasn't fully grown. We don't know how fast Godzilla grows, and obviously he's been around for a long time. I don't know if it's thousands of years or hundreds of years with that society, or that is an ancestor of that society that Godzilla's a part of, but I think that'd be a nice way to introduce it. You give us a time period movie, you have a younger Godzilla that meets up with a fully grown King Kong. That's one way they can fight. Other than that, I am stumbling upon how they're going to address it. We all are just missing the obvious. They could just not say anything. They're like, oh, we know he was this high, but in this movie he's this high. and don't worry about how. Just enjoy the fights, just enjoy the story. And if they do that, I mean, I understand, but I want some sort of explanation here. But that is just my opinion, guys. I'm really looking forward to this movie. What did you think of this grainy image? Does it get you excited? Does it get you a little worried for the movie? Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3CFilmReview. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.